Just to think that this team had lost its first 8 games and had 2 guys in the rotation quit in the middle of the year, to have its leading scorer and rebounder, second leading scorer and first leading rebounder never play a minute. To go through that, it's God's grace, God's strength, just to hold it together, and the character of these guys is phenomenal. And without that, on a daily basis, 86 practices, 35 games in is remarkable, and just a tribute to what God has done in our hearts, in us and through us to get us to this point.
We'll open it up for questions first for the student athletes.
John, is this the biggest line you guys have chased down so far?
Definitely. You know, as Coach says, starting out 0-8 and just to finish like this, win 5 in a row, especially at this time of the year, it's every student athlete's dream to be able to play in the NCAA tournament.
Davon, 17 for 24 from three-point shooting this week. Could you have picked?
Why'd you miss 7, man? What's up with that?
Could you have picked a better time to get hot and just become that offensive threat that Liberty needed?
It's just a great time, you know. I started getting in a rhythm. I was blessed to be able to get in a rhythm at this time for us.
6 for 7 for three-point shooting tonight. How big were those threes, especially in the second half when CSU was keeping it close and you guys built it to a 14-point lead and really took control of the game?
Coach, he just called my number when he felt like I had the hot hand and I was able to have an advantage. He called some plays for me, and I was just able to knock him down.
John, you think he was a worthy tournament MVP?
Definitely. Anyone that shoots 17 for 24 from the 3, it's no question. And it just makes the offense so easy. You can penetrate in and kick out, and his man's face guarding him so you can get to the bucket. If he's not, then he's a 75% three-point shooter. Nothing beats that.
For John and Davon, was there a time this week, was it after the Radford game maybe, where you guys started to feel that this was possible? Did it come a couple games into this tournament? I mean,
after we got Coastal, you know, it was, if you can beat Coastal by 20 on their home floor, I think we knew we could beat anyone in this tournament. Not saying that we knew we were going to win it. We had to take it game by game, day by day, just doing what we need to do. But, you know, I think it was always in the back of our minds that we really have a shot at winning this thing, yes.
And building on what Cabe said, you know, Coach, he always instilled in us that we had the talent to win it. He told us every day that he believed in us, that we could win it, and we just finally bought in, and we're able to get the win today.
Coach said this early January after the Western Carolina win that, you know, back in December guys were in, you know, training mode, January, December mode. When did this team really start getting to the point where you guys were playing at your best and you had caught up with the rest of it?
I would say right now, the Coastal game. I mean, we've played debatably 4 of our best games of the year, these 4 games in the tournament. So talk about peaking at the exact right time. We played well at Radford the last conference game of the year. But these, I guess, the last 5 games, I would say maybe our best 5 games of the year.
And I just felt like the downs in the season early was just prepping us for this time, you know, going through all that in the beginning of the season, just help us to get where we're at today.
Davon, 23 three-pointers in the last 5 games. You know, one off the single-season record for most threes at Liberty. Does that mean anything for you, or is that still got to keep shooting because you guys have another task at hand coming up in the NCAA tournament?
I really wasn't thinking about the record. I was just trying to come out here and win this weekend, so hopefully I can break it.
And win a game in the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, that'd be nice too.
John, what do you think about your potential NCAA matchup? I mean, do you even care who's on the other side of that bracket at this point?
I mean, I want to go out there and give it my best and see if we can pull out a win, but I feel like if we do us, we can give teams a game. I just want to go out there and concentrate on what we can do best, and, you know, it's in God's hands what happens after that.
Have you talked to Jesse at all during this
Yeah, I actually talked to him yesterday. He's probably gonna call me after this game, and he might be a little. I mean, he's gonna be very happy for me, but he's probably a little down that he's not.
bragging rights.
Yeah, I got a little bragging rights now. Yeah, he's gonna be very happy for us as a team and for Liberty. You know, he just probably wishes he was a part of this team right now.
Do you say anything to you for motivation for this game?
You know, definitely just go in there. He's you know, he's overseas. He said, go out, play fun, have fun, play hard. You know, don't stress yourself out. Just go out there. You're a good player. Y'all have a good team. Just do y'all's thing, and y'all should be fine.
And what was the difference? You and I talked before the tournament how Davon had to fill Jesse's role at point guard. Has Davon now fully exceeded those expectations now that you guys are in the NCAA tournament?
Definitely, you can't argue that now that we've gone 4 games or 3 games farther than we went last year. They're different players, but he offers a much different look for defenses. It's impossible to guard a shooter like that. So yeah, definitely.
You guys had Joel and JR battling foul trouble this game. You guys still win the rebound battle by 7 against one of the top rebounding teams in the nation. How key was that? You finished with 7, Trap finishes with 9, just to as a team rebound and get an opportunity to limit them to 1 and done and only 7 offensive rebounds.
That's been a focus ever since the VMI loss 6 games ago. We got out rebounded by them, and since then we've either tied or won every rebound battle. And it's JR and Joel draw so much attention. People are always trying to front block them. Our guards are able to get in and get rebounds. Trap having 9 rebounds, I think that's his career high. And he's a great athlete, and that helps us so much that myself and him and Davon can get in there and get some rebounds, and it's won the games for us.
We'll open it up for questions for Coach Lair.
Coach, how's this? First question I asked Gabe, how is this line big? How big is this line that you guys chased down and caught today?
We've been chasing lions all year, and it's just humbling because you just show up and you just try to grind out another day in the face of adversity, and we've had a lot of days like that, boy. I can't tell you how many days, unless you've been on a team in the nitty-gritty and seen them lose 8 straight, a lot of people quit after that now. A lot of men quit. A lot of grown-ups quit. Not these two. Not them guys in that locker room. And I'm proud of them. Men show up and they go, okay, that's my job. I'm getting paid. It's hard on these guys, and I can just see what God has done in their hearts through this year and what's happened, and they'll never forget this, and I think they'll never be the same because of it.
What was your reaction after when the final buzzer sounded? How much joy through a season of ups and downs did you feel?
I get way more satisfaction seeing these guys answer questions and seeing them cut down the nets than anything that I can personally take credit for. It's just it's life-changing. It's I'm just looking at their faces and just trying to soak in every moment of what he looks like and what he says, because that's what you do it for. And it ain't about me. It's about these kids and what they've done and how they can experience something like this. It's unbelievable.
Speaking to the game, only 8 turnovers. How big was that after in the games against High Point and Gardner-Webb, turnovers in the second half allowed them to get back into the game, and you guys 3 turnovers in the second half. And how pleased were you with the ball protection and ability to hold on to the lead and finish this game the way you guys wanted to?
We had a couple turnovers there late, traps and Tomas's, but when you make free throws, it gives you a chance. And we stepped up to the line and knocked them down. What John Caleb said about rebounding is you can't give this team extra possessions. If you turn it over and give them extra possessions, if you give them offensive rebounds and give them extra possessions, they're too good. They're too well coached. They've got too many weapons. and cut down on our turnovers and cut down on their offensive rebounds was enabled us to limit them from getting extra possessions, which would have really killed us.
Coach, in this room, there's a lot of familiarity with the Liberty story, particularly this week. So those around the country who are about to meet you and meet this group for the first time, what do you want them to know about the Liberty story and about these players?
That's a great question. I just think that Liberty is a special place. It's certainly not a perfect place, but it is a special place. It's a unique place. It's a place that it's been really good for me as a human being and my kids as human beings and these players as human beings. And I think that the thumbprint of God on this team and on our university there's no way to explain it other than that. To think that we had no buildings 41 years ago is incredible. To think that this team did what it did after being in the depths of college basketball, nearly the last team in the RPI, and now we're wearing hats. Yeah, you can't explain that any other way. It's a great question. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Yeah, Dan, I was going to say, you've experienced going to the NCAA tournament before, I guess about 10 years ago, Colorado State.
2003, yeah.
It sounds like this is a much different experience. I mean, can you compare the two?
Every experience is unbelievably precious and unique. When you ask that question, it's a great question. I don't think of experiences, I think of the people. And I think of the people that you share it with. I think of my wife who goes through a bunch of BS as a coach's wife. And I think of these kids in the locker room and what they go through, what God puts them through, how they respond, how they grow. Man, that's what I think about. And it has nothing to do with a trophy and cutting down nets. That's their experiences. That's a trophy case deal. My heart is filled with the looks and the expressions and the words and the emotions that I see these guys have. That's why you coach.
Kind of the same thing I asked your guys. Did you feel there was any moment when, I don't know, you could sense this coming this week, and maybe you just got out of the way because they had it rolling the way you wanted them to?
I sensed that about a month ago that we were trending in the right direction. I told Jeff Barber, who supports us in unbelievable ways, that he's not able to be here, and it's a shame because he deserves to be here. That I told him that we were a month away in January, and then we were 2 weeks behind everybody in February, and I could sense us closing the gap. And whether that means you're going to win it or not, I don't think that does, but it gives you hope and it gives you a chance to win it. And that's what, and you don't get there without these guys showing up every day after a tough loss, or they've had juice, they've had energy, they've had passion, they've had work ethic. And again, I've been around a lot of teams. I'm an old guy. I've been around for college basketball teams since 1976. And I know how teams do it. And I know that there are teams who don't finish strong, and you lose 8 straight and they cash it in. These guys have given them a chance to be here today. And that's the story. That's the story. It's their work over the unseen days. Everybody sees, wow, look at the nets and look at the trophy, and they got the hat on backwards, and wow. They don't see the days that nobody's around when people at Liberty are going, man, you guys suck. You guys have lost 8 straight. There wasn't many on that bandwagon then. And there ain't nobody clapping for them to show up and work hard every day during an 8-game losing streak. And that's what I'm the most proud of. I mean, it's, when they can do that, I'll bet on these two guys, them guys in the locker room for the rest of their lives.
I guess just one last thing.
One last one.
I mean, it is a distinction. It is going to be a distinction. You guys, I guess, are the second team with 20 losses to ever make an NCAA tournament. I mean, it seems like an incredible.
That's awesome. That's great. We got the hats, right?
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.